New heroic VIP has been officially announced in game. So yes, you've probably seen some of the leaks, maybe you haven't by now, but the new High Whitetip Berserker Dragon is coming into the game soon after the High Quantum Wormhole event ends. So you can see here that it says coming soon heroic and berserker. So yes, just like with every other heroic VIP, it is going to be a buffed up 500 orbed version, I'm assuming, of the existing berserkers. And so there is a little bit of lore relating to this as well that you can go and read in the heroic tales, but you get a good image of the dragon here. And basically he's just got a gigantic shark on his head. He's very watery in all of his attacks. I do think he looks quite cool. The question is, are you actually going to get this dragon? Because this dragon, of course, I'm going to assume is going to require all the other berserkers in order to get all the extra stuff and potentially get a skill skin, just like with all the others. So since berserkers were very expensive, I'm personally probably not even going to look at them, but I do think he is a very cool dragon. And just to give you some, at the moment, not official info, but it is early info, but just in case this does come out with the official release of this dragon, you can see here that he is primal, sea, energy and war at the moment, or electric and war at the moment, and that is his adult form on the left, which I do actually prefer this version of the image rather than the in-game image. I don't know why. We have the little baby, which I think is adorable, with these little, the shark looks very dead in his head, and then we've got his nice blue egg. And on Ditlep here, we can also see his current animation. The only thing is, with some of these Ditlep animations, you might see that the dragon looks a bit different to in-game. That's because this is very, very buggy. But just to give you an idea of what his attack will roughly look like in-game, I really like it. You know, very, very beachy, very I guess, shark-flavored. But this looks like the skinned version of him as well, so do bear that in mind. You can click the More tab and look at all the different animations and such and mess around with them as well, but there it is in big form, just in case you want to look at it. But his face is very, very bugged out on this model, but I like the look of it. Not sure how you feel, but I quite like it personally. But that is available on Ditlep. I normally don't like leak info, but when it comes to dragons that have already been officially revealed in-game, I don't mind using the website. So the other thing that we have today, on top of getting confirmation that this heroic VIP is coming, is we do have the next collection event. We do have a new grid event. And with that, we do actually have a guide for this new grid event available inside the DC event guide section of my Discord server. Not that you really need a guide for grid events, but if you want to open it up, you open up the DC event guide section, scroll down to the bottom, and then you'll see Honeybee Island Grid Guide, which is from the 13th up to the 20th. You can click this, and then if you click open in browser, then it will open this up in a big version. But here is the zoomed in version of this. So I've just opened this up in browser, or I can open this up in Paint because I've got the version, and then you can literally just scroll past as you want to look at what's later on. But it's quite simple to use. It's literally the main path is going to be the blue path. Any yellow path that you see is the path including going for any of the new event items. So in this case, it's like the little flower baskets. But the thing is, with this event, we can go through all of these costs. The total cost to get the new Honeybee Dragon is 22,430. The total including going for these yellow path items is 28,470. But the amount of currency you'll be able to get, including if you do the runner event and get the grid coins from that, will be 17,500. So you can see that if you need 22,000 just to get the dragon itself, not including the items, chances are you are probably not going to be able to get the new Honeybee Dragon, which is all the way over here. Usually this is a slightly unobtainable unless you get lucky with ads, but if you do pay for the pass, you get extra currency, stuff like that, you might be able to pick it up. Otherwise, generally with grid events, it is recommended to go for the event items, and it depends on whether you're going to go for the collection or not, but usually going for the yellow path event items is recommended. So rather than you just making your way straight to the new dragon, you instead go and make your way over to the event items instead. So bearing all of that in mind, you're probably not going to be able to get all of them, but you can give it a good shot as best as you possibly can. But do also remember that you can get your ads, and they do if you have the ads available, they will drop coins and you do have a chance of getting the jackpots up to 1,000. So that can really help you with getting bonus items. But the actual use of picking up these items in this new event is that you've got the new collection, but I wouldn't actually recommend that you spend your currency quite yet. Reason being that you see how right now in this event we have quantum insignias available. Well, when this event swaps over to the new high white tip event, because you know quantum voyage is going to end in 3 days and we've got another 6 days 20 hours on this event. So once this event, the High Quantum Wormhole event ends, these will swap over to the new insignias. So rather than you spending any of your currency right now, or maybe you can pick up the first wooden garden planter and see if you can get either of the items out of that, either bee smokers or sweet nectar. You could go up to the first two, but then I'd recommend not spending your currency unless you are really desperately still trying to go for the quantum insignias. Otherwise, if you want to try and go for the insignias in the next event, just don't spend your currency yet. Wait until the High Quantum Wormhole event ends, and that would also include if you manage to be a lucky ducky and you can get all the way over here with the times 10, which is very, very expensive. It's after Honeybee even. But if you do pick those up, well, you'll probably want times 10 to be of the new insignias. Most people will probably prefer that. So do bear that in mind before you make any progress. It's not a massive difference to your insignia count, but it could be enough to win you a dragon or not. So I'd suggest just holding out, saving up your currency per like each day for now, and then spending them once it changes over. So there is that. But if you do want to see all of the next events that are coming up, you can scroll down in the news section. Again, we've got the white tip stuff, but we have the Save the Beast. And now in this, it shows you the dragons that we have. We have these dragons, we've got the wooden garden planters, but we've got the maze event starting on the 20th. We have the grid event, which of course started today. And we do have runner starting on the 18th. And so that's why you can choose to use your runner currency either on the grid event or you can use it on the maze event. And usually I would recommend using your runner currency that you earn, like the extra event coins, on the maze event. Usually is what I would recommend. It's your choice whether you want to try and go for the dragon and spend your runner currency on the grid, but generally I would recommend going for the maze coins. So just going to throw that out there, but like it says, we do have ads, we've got the various events, and the reason why you'd want to be picking these up potentially is because we do have some spicy items over here. You'll see it in the first one, you only need 1 sweet nectar and 1 bee smoker, and in this you can get breeding perks, which new players definitely need. It can drop legendary essence, which new players definitely need. Next one is a pretty icky one. This is just times 10 legendary jokers and some random tokens, which aren't the best. This one, I'd ignore that one. Next up, we have a VIP chest, which can drop any of these VIP dragons. They're nice to pick up, especially if you're a collector, and plus 80 jokers, which aren't too bad. The actual one that you might want to actually do this collection for is going to be this one, or this one here. So this is the new mythical dragon pollination. And so this little girl here, just to go through, we have wind, we have sea, nature, and legend. Main use of her is just that she is a mythical, she is the new mythical, and you have to get 30 of these sweet nectars and 4 of the bee smokers in order to unlock her. So you can miss 1 bee smoker at least, but you will have to be quite on it with your event items to get this dragon. But this collection, on top of you getting the new mythical, is also quite good because you get 200 legendary jokers, you get a few perks as well, and that dragon comes along with it. So the final one is probably going to be pay to win only. Typically it is, but we'll have to wait and see. But in the final collection, you can get orbs of any of the dragons, plus heroic jokers. Honestly, this one isn't even that interesting to look at. The best part of this collection is by far the pollination dragon and the bonus rewards. So if you do want to make your progress on the grid event, like I said, you can spend some of your currency, you know, move on to the next tiles. And I generally recommend going for the planters, but when you open these up, you're not guaranteed either item. You could get a smoker or sweet nectar, but you're going to need tons of both of them. So definitely try and pick those up if you want to get your hands on the new mythical in the event. So there is that. That is most of the new stuff that is ongoing as of today. You may have also seen that we do have a new leaderboard event. If you want to know where I'm up to in the leaderboards, I probably shouldn't have skipped this and collected everything earlier. But I'm currently sitting at 145 out of 170. Which means that if we want to unlock the lovely skill skin for the Leader Bliss Dragon, all that we need to do is come second once more. So we don't even have to come first in our leaderboard event now. All that we have to do is come second. And of course, part of coming second in this leaderboard event is going to be helped by doing well in the heroic race, spending all your grid coins when you've got them, so not just wasting them, doing the Wizard's Hollow, watching TV videos. And you can get orbs for sharp poise when you do that, depending on where you get. So either you come first, you get the 30 leaders emblems, you get the sharp poise orbs, and you get an XL food box, or you'll get a bit less and 25 leaders emblems. Again, I don't need to come first, I just need the leaders emblems from second. So let's hope that we don't end up in a super pay to win leaderboard, right? Because these players here, you can see they're ahead of me right now, but that might just be because they've spent their grid coins already, whereas I obviously have not, and I've not watched my ads, I've not done my Wizard's Hollow yet, and plus I've not done my quests yet. And we do have the quests for the previous dragon, as we keep having them now. You'll see Fateful Night, and we can get this dragon now. We can get some bonuses for the leaderboard points. These don't make a huge bit of difference. The main thing that's going to make a big difference in this leaderboard event is going to be your heroic race. And luckily for me, I'm currently on lap 24, node 5, which I can actually finish this one now. But since I'm not on a super high lap, it actually kind of gives me an advantage with the leaderboard event, believe it or not. Yes, I'm on lap 24, which means I'm not on lap 50 right now. But it does mean that for this leaderboard event, I'm going to have an easier time actually, you know, getting through the laps and getting some bonus points because I'm a little bit further back than the others. I'm not waiting just for a singular point. No way. So this is the other benefit of heroic races and, you know, getting to certain laps at certain times now. Because if I'd have gone to a really high lap straight away, chances are that we probably would have had a bit more of a struggle getting these items. The Heroic Marathon, I've not been able to be as active as I normally would have liked, but you know, that's life. Sometimes you get busy, sometimes you can't do things. It is what it is. But we will make as much progress as we can and pick up as many items as we can from the lap rewards, but you'll see that my guy is on lap 37. So I'm not aiming for number 1, but I am aiming for as many orbs as I can, as much mythical essence as I can, but HMK I never really cared about anyway. It was just a case of like, do I want to spend the gems? If I want to spend the gems, I'm going to have to go to lap 50. I could do it, in theory, which I'm not going to wait for this 8-hour timer, by the way. I am actually going to skip this one, singularly. And then these final two, I'm going to wait 20 minutes, we can skip. Wait 20 minutes, we can skip, for instance, or I can just wait out the whole timer. So that's what I've been doing in this heroic marathon. And it's what I'm going to keep doing for the next 4 days, 20 hours. We'll get some bonus points for the leaderboard event. But like I said, as long as we have at least second, we should be absolutely fine. So that is fine by me, to be honest. So there is most of the main stuff. The other thing that we do have ongoing right now is we do of course have the Revival Karma Hollow. And now Revival Karma I would love to pick up personally because I don't have this dragon yet. It is just like every other Karma. The only problem that I have is that this Wizard's Hollow has come out at a very bad time. Because yeah, we had Amber Hollow, which went well. Yeah, we had Dual Perception Hollow, which went well. Are they Ancient Dragon Orbs? They must be, right? But the problem with this Hollow is that we have HMK race on right now. And so if you were to spend gems on getting Revival Karma, that's obviously going to have a big impact on the amount of gems that you have for the actual race. So, well, marathon, I guess, but it's very difficult to decide what you want to do in these particular hollows when you have races on at the time. It's like even 10 gems can actually start stacking up quite a lot. And the problem that I've had with this hollow so far in the previous 2 iterations over the last 2 days is that I'll get this close. You see, we're at 8 out of 11, right, for blue runes. And the game just doesn't want to give me the final runes to get this chest. And like the chest might only drop 10 gems, right? But it just does not seem to want to drop the blue runes that I need when I get really close and then we just get absolutely destroyed by wizards. It's happened the last 2 days in a row. Will it also happen again today? Who knows? We'll see. So far, we haven't really gotten many noteworthy rewards. We're just getting random dragon orbs, which I guess is fine, but, you know, we're not really getting anything of value in this. But not running into wizards is nice. There is our first chest right there. And now, at this stage, we could just run if we wanted to. Just take the gems chest. I'm going to see how far we can get without a wizard. See if we can go a couple more, and then we'll make our decision then, because we're at least going to get 10 gems back. So 1 wizard isn't too troublesome. 2 wizards also isn't too troublesome, depending on if we get other rewards. But, you know, all that we've got right now is like a single gem chest and just a bunch of random dragon orbs. So we'll see. Maybe we'll pick up another chest if we get super lucky, right? Surely there is no way that this game is going to give me a second chest at this point. There is no way. But this is getting very spicy. Why are we on room 25? No wizard right now. This game likes to play you like this. And now I can guarantee you that we are going to start getting screwed over suddenly. It will suddenly start happening and all of our gems would go kaput if we trust this game. But I don't trust Wizard's Hollow at all. There we go. Room 28 is our first wizard. That is quite impressive. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This game really likes to mess with you when heroic races, heroic marathons are on, and we've got Wizard's Hollows like this, right? Because right now, it is very, very tempted to consider going for Revival Karma, but we're only on room 30, and I want you to bear that in mind. So if we run into another wizard now, things could be very bad. Yep, it could be bad. What I am going to do, I'm going to play once more, see if we can pick up at least one more treasure chest. Probably not. I'm gonna see if we can. It's unfortunate, but we've got 1 chest already, which again, we're gonna drop at least 10. It's just we have to be so careful when we are playing this event at the moment, because look, our rewards are atrocious, if I'm being honest with you. Our other rewards are horrific. Are we really willing to spend hundreds of gems going for Revival Karma? Honestly, I'm not willing to do it during this HMK marathon unless I decide to just skip the marathon entirely. So you're going to hate me right now, but I'm actually going to do the big scaredy cat behavior. I'm actually going to quit straight away and see how many gems we get. So we're probably going to get 10. And at least then we've only lost 5. We could go for a second gem chest, but if not, we just end up losing more gems, and I'm not really willing to do it. So I'm going to do the big scaredy cat behavior. So you weren't expecting that. All the other times I say I'm gonna gem more because you're here with me. Not today. And there you go. We get our 10 gems out of that chest. So would it have been worth it for us to go on? There's no way to know for sure. We got incredibly lucky. But like I said, then if you run into a wizard every 3 rooms, you get screwed over. So it doesn't matter how lucky you get at the beginning. All that matters is how lucky you get over the entire span of that. And we easily could have gone for that and maybe gone another 15 rooms without running into a wizard, but is it worth it when we're mid-game, like mid-heroic race? Probably not. At least not HMK Marathon, because if I do start deciding that I'm suddenly going to gem everything, I need to have those gems there available. So hate me all you want, but the RNGesus gambling addict inside me will not win on this fine day. But did you see how lucky we got getting to so far into this Wizard's Hollow? Like, on any other occasion, if we'd have gotten to 28 gemless like that, I probably would have considered gemming for Revival Karma. It's just not a good time, not a good place to be wasting gems. So, you know, that would be my advice to you as well, but your risk to take at the end of the day. But anyway, there was that fun and games for that. I think for now, I'm just going to keep empowering some of my random dragons. We did actually get Veil Guard summoned as well, which means that we only need to get Barra Guard summoned. And then instead of me worrying about White Tip, I'm just going to worry about the Guard Heroic VIP. Who cares about White Tip when we've got guards that we can prepare for? So I am waiting for more Summon Happy Hours, Empower Happy Hours, because, you know, we just had one, but you can't really take advantage of them without gemming. And again, you don't want to be wasting the gems because we've got HMK Marathon. So there is that. But that is most of the new stuff. Again, you can still claim your daily insignias, and you should. But overall, it is just waiting for the new Heroic VIP events to start up, and also just making your way through these very, very honey-themed events that are ongoing. I think the dragons are cute. I don't mind the collection too much. I think it's better than the previous collection with Lollipop. So we'll keep grinding our asses off. I'll watch my ads and get free stuff. But for now, I do wish you the very best of luck, and I hope that if you are doing well in your marathon, that it keeps going well. Some of us just have much more difficult marathons than others. Like this one is, I think, the most grind-heavy selection of players that I've had so far in a very long time. And sometimes that's just what's going to happen. Sometimes you're busy, sometimes they're busy, sometimes you get screwed over, sometimes you don't. I don't really care about this Heroic VIP because I've never really liked Karmas anyway, but if you really like him, maybe you'd consider going all the way up to lap 50, and if you do, I hope you've got the time and the gems to do it. But for now, thank you for joining me on this fine day. Like I said, if you want the event guide, then you could check it out in the DC event guide section, so it'll always be there for you to download if you need it. But anyway, for now, ciao!